This hummus is creamy and rich and easy to make. Let's make some. You're going to start with a blender or a food processor, and to that, you're going to add some tahini. Tahini is a Mediterranean ingredient, and all it is ground up sesame seeds. To the tahini, you're going to add the juice of one entire lemon, and you are going to blend this together until it's nice and smooth. This is the base of the hummus, so you want this to be blended together very, very well, and this is going to determine how creamy and smooth your hummus is. I like my hummus nice and smooth, so I make sure I blend this for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once you're done blending, you want to go in with a rubber spatula, go around the sides. You want to make sure that everything is all incorporated, and I would blend for another minute or so. You're looking for a paste-like consistency. It won't be very, very smooth, but it will be more like a paste. And this is the consistency that you want. This is perfect. It's time to add our seasonings. You're going to add some garlic and also some olive oil. Now, I'm using roasted garlic and some roasted garlic olive oil that I made. I will be coming out with a recipe for this. However, if you don't have any roasted garlic or roasted garlic oil, feel free to use regular garlic and also some regular olive oil. And you want to use a little bit of cumin. Cumin is going to add a slight smokiness, but do not overuse the cumin. It will overpower your hummus. And always we're going to season with a little salt. After you have put all your seasonings in, it's time to blend this. You want to blend this really, really well because we did put whole garlic in there, and you want to make sure that all the garlic has been mixed in, especially if you are using raw garlic. You don't want large pieces of raw garlic in your hummus. That is not very delicious, even though I do love garlic. So make sure you are blending this until it's nice and smooth. After you've mixed this for approximately 2 to 3 minutes, now it's time to add your chickpeas. I am using canned chickpeas. These are already cooked. They're nice and soft. I'm starting with half of the can. I'm not going to overwhelm my food processor with an entire can. Put in half a can, and I start to pulse it initially to break down the chickpeas. And then once the blaze starts going, then I start on the pureeing part. After you have pureed this for about 2 minutes, it's time to add the second half of the chickpeas and do the same process. You're going to pulse it a couple of times to make sure all the chickpeas are broken down, and then you're going to go in and puree it until it's a really nice, smooth consistency. There's one more step that we need to get the nice, creamy texture of the hummus. And to this, we're going to add a little bit of the juice from the can. Yes, you can use water. However, I like to add the juice from the can because the beans have been marinating in this juice and it's already seasoned. It has all the flavors that we need to round out the hummus. You're going to add a couple of tablespoons to your processor, and you can go in there and check to make sure it's the consistency that you like. I like mine to be a really nice, smooth, creamy, like a dip. You want it to be a dip. It smells absolutely delicious. It looks wonderful. It's a perfect consistency. After your hummus is done, you're just going to remove it and put it in a bowl. This is the perfect texture. You see that? I am going to put this in a bowl, and then I like my hummus to be a little chilled when I'm eating it. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for approximately 5 or 10 minutes, not long, and then we are going to plate this up. You can eat this directly from the bowl if you want. Get some cucumbers and some celery and some carrots and go to town. But since we're fancy over here, we're going to plate this up. I'm going to take 3 really nice spoonfuls and put them in the center of the bowl. As you can see, the texture is absolutely perfect. It is wonderful for dipping. After I've placed my 3 tablespoons in the center, I'm going to just go around and make a little dip. This little dip is going to hold the next topping. Now, since we season this with roasted garlic, I have some chopped up roasted garlic with the oil that I'm going to put in the center. Feel free to use whatever vegetables or seasonings you want right here. You can use some red pepper or some artichoke, but because we season this with roasted garlic, I'm going to put some roasted garlic, and then I'm going to take the remaining oil and I'm going to drizzle it around. This is going to enhance that roasted garlic flavor, and it makes the plate looks absolutely scrumptious. After I have drizzled the oil, it is time to add feta cheese. I love feta cheese. Feta cheese goes really, really well with hummus. It plays into the Mediterranean flavors. I'm going to add a little feta directly to the hummus, and then I'm going to sprinkle some on the plate. And that's because I love feta cheese. You cannot have too much feta cheese. After the feta cheese, I want to add a little bit of color to this. So we're going to take some paprika, just a little bit of paprika because this is a spice, so you don't want to overpower it. I'm just going to sprinkle a little paprika on top. That's for some color. You can use smoked paprika if you like to. And then we're just going to garnish it nice and lightly with a little chopped parsley. Serve with your bread of choice. I'm using pita bread, and there you go. Bon appetit. Let's eat.